I've ever met, John Derby! How's everyone doing tonight? Just real quick, because rarely we actually have a lot of females in the house tonight. Will yeah, go ahead, you're rowdy, it's okay. Actually, can I get just a little bit of noise from the fellas? Just the guys, a little bit. That'll work, that sounds about right. Wild fucking animals. So I want to talk mostly about guys tonight.
All right.
Not in a weird way. I mean, you'll get awkward by the end of it, but it's not in a weird way. I just want to start off by saying most of the gross things I'm going to say following this were quoted to me, so you can blame the individuals, society, and internet pornography. That's my disclaimer. Nicest way to say this is dudes pretty much are the grossest fucking thing on the planet. There's not a sweet way to say that. They're fucking foul. If you've ever met one, known one, or are one, you understand this pretty clearly. I'm not flattering myself by saying I consider myself one of the nice ones. Because that is the male equivalent of being the smartest retard. Or the attractive in a Siamese twin. It's fucking useless. It serves no purpose. We actually have a saying where I come from, which is, if you want to keep your dick desert dry, be a nice fucking guy. Travis, you can vouch for that. You're from Tucson. You know.
Dry as hell.
Now, I'm not perfect. I'm a guy. I have genitals equivalent for a male. I'm not above, I would say, checking out some cleavage. I'm guilty of that. I'll even on occasion, rare as it is, I'll even drop a, man, I'd fuck the shit out of her. Which is a completely false statement. Because, first of all, you have to approach a woman to fuck her, and I would never do that. And secondly, let's say I did approach her and I did get to fuck her, I sure as hell don't want any feces involved. Never. That's not my thing. No Cleveland Steamers for the Tucson kid. I remember pretty distinctly when I discovered how awesome cleavage was. I was a sophomore in high school. I had just hit my growth spurt. I literally went home as a freshman at 5'9". I came back as a sophomore at 6'2". That's awesome because you get the most bird's eye view of cleavage while girls are sitting at their desk, which as a 16-year-old boy, that's the greatest gift you could ever ask for. I remember specifically in my sophomore French class, and just an odd amount of hot girls in that class. I used to hand in an assignment like I was stuck in a maze, like just... And one time my teacher actually called me out on it. She's like, hey, Raoul, which was my French name. She's like, Raoul. She's like, why do you always walk like that when you turn things in? And I was like, oh shit. Actually, I have OCD and I have to walk in a pattern. And she goes, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, oh, cool. What I didn't explain to her is my OCD was ogling cleavage daily. Oh, come on. That's clever at 5 a.m. Now, speaking of cleavage, I was at work one time, a couple years ago. I was working with a guy who didn't know who my current girlfriend was. She had just gotten off of work. She came in to see me at work. She's sitting at the bar. She'd taken off her work shirt, was wearing like a little tank top or something, nothing whorish or anything. Showing about that much cleavage. Completely respectable amount. This guy just, yeah, she had some D's. Don't sweat that. She had some, I ain't no bullshit, she had some D's.
I know that girl.
So this guy comes up to me and he's just like in my ear, he's just like, man, did you see that slut at the end of the bar? Man, I would fuck the shit out of those titties. Oh, okay. First of all, that's knowledge I don't need. I'm like, I assume any attractive woman would be fucked by any attractive male. You don't need to come tell me that every time. So I said to him, I was like, well, first of all, that's my girlfriend. She's not a slut. She's batshit crazy, but she's not a slut. And you're right to want to fuck those titties, because it is awesome. I work with another guy who cannot control himself when he sees cleavage. Cannot control it. Like, he has to describe it to you in the most graphic detail that he can possibly come up with, or he feels like he's not satisfying himself in some way. And it's not enough for him just to tell you how much he likes her cleavage, but he has to tell you what form of violation he wants to do to this woman. So he comes up and he's just like, man, did you see the fucking tits on that girl? Oh, Jesus, oh my God. And so then and I'm like, okay, yeah, they're nice, okay, I've seen tits before. And then he proceeds to tell me, oh man, I would destroy her mouth with my cock and come all over her tits. Motherfucker, you could be her father. You're old enough to be her father. And you just said that to me. You painted a visual picture of that for me. And this is the same guy who on 2 separate occasions sought me out at the place that we work to tell me how foul his own balls smell. Yeah, I wouldn't share this with you, but I had to fucking hear it so you guys have the nightmares too. Shut up, Sue Foley. So, and it's not bad enough that it'd be one thing if in passing he was like, man, my balls stink. I'm like, well, okay, that's nice knowledge. But no, he goes into graphic detail about how foul they are, to the extent that he was like, man, I was just upstairs in the urinal. I had to turn my head because my balls smelled so bad. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Are you kidding me? And as if that wasn't enough, because I need to know more about his balls, he's like, dude, can you imagine if some girl was blowing me and they smelled like that? She'd probably throw up all over them. Fucking awesome, dude. Now I get to think about some old man's pickled dick and vinegar balls. Awesome. Fucking dream come true for me. Alright, so I'm gonna leave you with this. Ladies, I know you like assholes. I know you do. It's a fact. It's fine. Men, especially assholes, we'll say dudes, because dudes is a particular type of man. Dudes are like anal sex. The worst kind is in prison. It's usually a city situation for girls. And the more you fuck an asshole, the bigger an asshole it becomes. You guys, hey, thank you so much for coming out. Turbo Tuesdays every Tuesday. Stick around for the podcast.